Hello everyone, welcome back to another raid video. And in this video we talk about one of the best champions in the game. This is an OG champion, one of my favorite champions, one I was lucky enough to pull very early on, to the point I used him in early clan boss for 300k hits. So, who is this champion you ask? Let's check the market. He ain't going to be in here, but we ain't going to refuse a shard, so we'll just buy it. The champion we are going to be talking about is a high elf. He looks badass, like one of my favourite champions as far as aesthetics. Any character that you do not see the face of, they've got this mystique that they're going to be pretty cool. Like early Kane in WWE, WWF. Hell yeah. You know, I love the way he looks. Weapon is decent. Just everything is just perfect. So, this is the champion that we're going to be taking a look at. I recently rebuilt him and ran out of silver, so couldn't 16 everything. But we've got a bit more crit damage, we've got a bit less crit rate. He's now 171 speed, which is 13 quicker than before. And he's just no longer in lifesteal, which is weird. I'm adjusting to him not in lifesteal because every hit in lifesteal will just 110% heal himself back to almost full HP. So you don't have to worry about a reviver or a healer. But let's go to the kit, and then we'll go over the stats, and then we'll look at how I have mine built just now. So Razor Blade attacks one enemy, has a 50% chance, 65 when you book it, of placing 60% decreased defense for 2 turns. It's really good. It's good for pretty much wherever you put him. This is any champion that has a decreased defense on their A1, regardless, will find some use, even if it's only for the decreased defense itself. This is handy. Royal Guard will attempt to place it, so it does help out the rest of his kit, but it's still pretty strong. It does hit for like 40 plus K at times, 30k plus. It's not really that bad. It's only 4 books, 2 for damage, 2 for the buff debuff chance. Now, takedown. This is the move that pretty much makes him, like, there's so many content creators that would say that he's their favourite champion. Rightfully so. Takedown. AoE attacks all enemies. Damage increases according to enemy max HP. What? So essentially, damage increases according to max. Enemy max HP means if you take on the spider, level 20 dungeons, we'll just say level 20 dungeons, he's pretty good. You can take him into Doom Tower, they will have higher HP as you progress on. He'll be good for wave clearing. It's just, in early game it's not that great because the HP of your enemies is lower, so it won't do that much damage. So Royal Guard with this move in mind is much better at like 17 to 20. Anything before that, it's like you're not really getting the benefit of what his kit is actually about. And we'll show you some hits in Spider and hitting the waves in some dungeons, just to see what he's looking at. But takedown is pretty much, that's his bread and butter, his go-to. And it's not bad. 4 more books puts us to a total of 8 books so far. Hamstring attacks 4 times at random. Each hit is actually, I've seen like 20k on a hit, so not really that bad. Each hit has a 75% chance of placing 30% decreased speed debuff for 2 turns, which is good no matter where you take him. It's good in Fahrenheit for slowing down, so for Ice Golem. Good in Dragon as well. Decreased speed, slowing the enemy down, always going to work in your favour. Each hit also has 75% chance of decreasing the target's turn meter by 25%. which is really good because bosses, if you can manipulate their turn meter, he will decrease it. Enemies, like in a wave, dungeon, doom tower, faction, crypts, faction wars, this turn meter reduction will still come into effect and help you out dramatically. 4 turn cooldown. Hamstring requires 4 books, so in a total, for an epic champion, that is pretty good. 12 books, you're done. It's not a lot, it's 4, 4, and 4. It's actually really good. His whole kit was one of my favourites. If you're waiting for a takedown, he puts out the 4 hitter, then he makes sure he has decreased defense because of his A1, and then boom, takedown, comes in, wipes everybody clean, game over. And his aura is increases ally attack in dungeons by 35%, so he will get that boost to himself, I would think. Master Ace, he does have Helm Smasher, but I think, why did I take this one? Okay, so it's, yeah, for Spider. So we just got crit rate, crit damage. I'm not sure why. Okay, attacking tier 2 is attacking with full HP. Down to this one here. We needed this because it's increasing damage inflicted by 8% for the first hit on each enemy. So if he does his takedown as a first hit, 8% extra damage. Chance of reducing the cooldown, just effectively damage looking Master Ace. I'm not sure why I took that one. I could have maybe took there, but I really wanted to get the Helm Smasher. I think I'm still quite happy with it, which gives you a chance of ignoring a quarter of their target's defense. And if anything, for skills that ignore defense, this 25% is in addition. So if you're ignoring 30%, that puts you to 55, essentially. And support, just a little bit of accuracy. I'm not even sure what that masters are. Accuracy, accuracy, accuracy. This is chance of decreasing the cooldown of random skill. I mean, yeah, he's not, I suppose, if it helps. Increases the chances of placing any debuff. Yeah, okay. Offensive trees are kinda where I'm at. The other master is not 100% sure. But kit, so he does have some broken pieces and one damage set on. As soon as I get something to replace one of the bottom 3, I will. The problem being, we have 24% crit rate, 25% crit rate. So that's the issue there. The build will change trying to replace those items. But as base stats for an attack champion, 15,000 HP is okay. It's not going to be too high. He's an attack based champion. He's going to fall over at times, so it's kind of part of the deal. So we can't expect it to be too high, but it's pretty solid. 1531 attack, which is, in my opinion, pretty good. And it could be a lot lower in the 1200s, but it's over 15, so happy with it. Defense 771 is low, but you're not really using the defense to your advantage. He's slow at 93 speed. This should be like 97, 98 speed. This should definitely increase this guy just a little bit. It's 93. Sometimes the hardest part is just getting the speed, not even getting the damage or the crit rate. Crit rate, crit damage. Crit rate is obviously 100% to make sure we can go straight to takedown and kick some ass. 60% crit damage is just what the champion gets, plus 186%. And base is just off 30. So in total, we've got 33,000 HP. We have over 3,000 attack, 171 speed, 102 crit rate, 246 crit damage. Accuracy is not something that I was going for. Some people do like the build. accuracy with their royal guards, but I prefer just to go pure damage. So now that you've seen the champion, you've seen his kit, you've seen how he has been built, let's take a little look in where, like in the arcane keeps and stuff, it's okay, but he's much better just in the final four. Potentially a Minotaur, but you need multiple. So if we go into Dragon, we have a Dragon tournament on at the moment. We are going to make sure we have increased attack from Arbiter, and War Maiden is going to give us decreased defense. Then we're going to hit them with takedown, and we will see what damage we are able to pull off. Just to give you an idea. So manual here, make sure we get the increased attack buff. Gorgrab can do the same. Any increased attack champion can do the same. So we'll drop on stuns. We're going to see, can we get decreased defense across the board? That's this one, attacks, so not poisons, and this one, screw it, let's go acid, why not? So takedown, AoE, damage increases according to enemy max HP. As you can see, this dude here in the end has lowered HP. So we'll get decent numbers, but they're not going to be fantastic. 59, 63, 58 type of thing. That's the type of damage that we're kind of looking at with decreased defense. I'm trying to think. There's nobody AoB decreased defense when we can have Razin, but is he built? Because in the Dragon you're probably doing 500k hits, give or take. That's what I'm getting from this one. But as a wave clearer, you're looking at like around 50,000, 100,000 if you have really, really good gear. But what excites me is showing off Spider. This is where I tend to use him. I use him to clear waves. Obviously I don't want to clear one wave. Show you the second one. Get the dragon. We may end off with a dragon run just to show you what he does. But we're going to throw Royal Guard in there for his increased attack aura. And we're going to see how much damage he can do against level 20 Spider Boss. And he's also strong affinity, and we can just hit auto from this point. So energize, hunt master, decrease attack, decrease defense not going up, just half of the hit you're going for. It's not too bad, keep it a lot better. I think we could potentially do better. See how much we get from Cold Heart just for. So we're getting the same there, and if we fight this on, it's probably going to be a couple of minutes to work the cooldowns to get back to takedown. What I want to do is quickly, because you can use a decreased defense and weaken champion in your spider team. What if I would like to quickly try Feign? This is purely for damage, just to show you what kind of happens. 1.3 million is not necessarily his best, but if I manual this, I think Feign's pretty stupid. I'm not sure why, but she will not decrease defense will weaken if I manual it, which is just like, what the hell are you doing? That's obviously the first thing you're going to go for. Let's see if we can get some shields. So we have flare of arrows. We're not going to there yet. We'll throw Art of Pain. She must actually be quicker than this champion here. which is alright because it's Royal Guard, decreased defense, do not get a weaken. Let's see what the damage is regardless. 1.1 million. So if we really need to get it a weaken up, I would really like to see. Plus, I don't think we've got a Helm Smasher proccing. I'm not going to change it. I don't think I'm going to change it for the. Let's put it back to the way it was. I'm losing damage, but I'm really interested just to see what he actually hits. It's around 1.5 normally, so this must just be a lack of Helm Smasher. But this is by far the best place to bring Royal Guard. Spider 17 up to 20. Spider 19, you will need to use Paragon or a HP burn strat because he's weak affinity. He's not going to do strong hits whatsoever. And we did not get decreased defense and stuff up, yeah, because we need to swap someone in. This is a great way, ladies and gentlemen, to waste some resources just to check out Royal Guard's damage. Hell yeah. Let's throw in Fane, who I never use Fane in Spider. Cannot rely on her one bit. Let's see what we end off here on, and then what we'll do is you can have Royal Guards hitting over 3 million if you have the gear and the time. But I'm averaging now 1.2, 1.3, somewhere around 1.5 give or take. So that is essentially the takedown move. The more HP the enemy has, the higher the damage is going to be. As we've seen taking on the waves, he's only doing 50, give or take 50,000 damage. So even in Clan Boss, he will not do that much damage. You would think he would based on the description of his kit. But what will happen is he will only do an estimate, it could be like, let's just say if it was like 1 million damage. Still be OP. Ain't gonna do that much. I used him early game, but this is by far where you should take. Same as Cold Hearts, any enemy Septimus, it's the same end game dungeons or Doom Tower faction crypts, where the HP is going to be higher on your enemies, HP will be higher on the waves. New quickest time, hell yeah. And a Doom Tower is currently on the Spider, which I need to defeat. I mean, Arcane keeps her really easy. I'll show you, even at 15, the damage he does is... We'll get rid of Brachus. We'll take Arbiter, we need the increased attack. Because we're not staying. We're purely looking at the damage. So you'll see here, if you have lower HPs, you can tell by the HPs are really going to suck. Let's see what damage we do. 16, 24,000, a weak hit like 8,000. That's not where his speciality lies. Even in early game Spider, you do not want to take him into early game Spider because you want to get the best out of his kit. The absolute best place for him, end game dungeons, has maybe 18 to 20, depending on affinity. You will need to use substitutions, but his best place by far is the Spider. He's good in Dragon for waves clears. He can be used alongside like a Seer kind of team in Ice Golem, where Seers and Royal Guards will work in tandem by taking the waves out, or you will have the Seers taking out the waves and the Royal Guards going after the boss. Faction Wars is not open. Arena is really not where Royal Guard needs to go. But we're probably too slow anyway. So let's just to prove that arena is not really the place for him, if you're really kind of early game, then you can potentially have him here for damage, but this is not his place. So decrease defense.